The retrial of disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein has thrust the Me Too movement back into the spotlight as the former film producer faces renewed allegations of rape and sexual assault. The legal battle 1 year after his conviction was overturned marks another critical moment in the ongoing fight for justice for survivors of sexual abuse. The first day of jury selection, which began on April 15th, concluded with no jury selected for the panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. According to multiple reports, the jury selection will resume on April 16th, with the trial expected to go on for about 6 weeks.
To get a fair and impartial jury and proceed to opening statements maybe as early as tomorrow or Thursday. Nothing exciting or special going on right now, except we're going to do the best we can to make sure anyone who's going to sit on the jury does not have any preconceived notions or predisposed ideas of what a verdict should be, and that they only base their verdict on the evidence that they're going to hear during this apparently 2-month-long trial.
How tough is it when this has gone? There's been one trial already. How tough is it to find a jury?
Well, unlike probably every case going on in this courthouse right now, where a jury comes in and hears a case, they don't know who the defendant is, they don't know who the facts are, they don't have any background. That's not the case here. But all sides and the judge are going to work very hard to make sure that whatever jury is seated is one that can keep an open mind and base their verdict on the evidence.
Harvey Weinstein was convicted of rape and a criminal sex act in 2020. The verdict was hailed as a watershed moment in the battle against workplace abuse and a significant victory for the Me Too movement. For many, it symbolized progress in holding powerful men accountable for sexual misconduct. However, Weinstein's conviction was overturned in 2024 after the New York Court of Appeals ruled that the inclusion of testimony from women who were not part of the case had led to an unfair trial. The ruling was a setback for many survivors who had hoped the original verdict would set a powerful precedent in the fight against sexual violence. Weinstein now faces a retrial that will once again bring his accusers into the courtroom and, with it, raise renewed tensions over the cultural and political climate in America. In 2025.3 women are set to testify against Weinstein during the retrial, including Mimi Haley, a former production assistant who worked on one of Weinstein's television shows in the early 2000s. Haley's testimony at the first trial, along with that of actress Jessica Mann, was pivotal in securing Weinstein's original conviction. Speaking about facing the abuser again, Haley's attorney, Gloria Allred, expressed the emotional toll the process has taken on her client. In a statement to CNN, All said it's painful to go through the process again about a traumatic event. It does take a tremendous amount of courage. I commend her. It takes an incredible amount of bravery to face your abuser in court. Once again, in addition to the 2 women from the first trial, a new accuser, known only as Jane Doe, has been brought forward. Doe alleged that Weinstein assaulted her in a Manhattan hotel in 2006. Her lawyer, Lindsay Goldblum, described her as one of the bravest, strongest women she had ever known. She is one of the bravest, strongest women that I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. You can imagine that any individual who is going to testify against someone as powerful as Harvey Weinstein is going to be nervous, that there's going to be a certain level of anxiety. She is ready for her testimony. I believe her. The DA believes her. And I think the jury is going to as well. Weinstein's legal team, led by attorney Arthur A. Dalla, has long argued that the media coverage surrounding the Me Too movement tainted the jury's perception of Weinstein during his first trial. Dalla contended that the extensive publicity surrounding the case created an environment where the jurors were under pressure to find Weinstein guilty, regardless of the evidence presented in court. There was an enormous amount of pressure on those jurors to find him guilty of something. Hopefully, the jurors will keep an open mind and listen to the facts in the courtroom and not what they've read or seen elsewhere. Realistically, Mr. Weinstein and our legal team have an uphill battle, not because of the evidence. And it saddens me and troubles me to say it down to just as Weinstein's retrial unfolds, his health has become a focal point, with his representatives claiming that his health has significantly deteriorated. Harvey Weinstein's health is rapidly deteriorating in custody, and the conditions at Rikers are directly contributing to the decline. This is not just a matter of discomfort. It is a medical crisis. As his trial proceeds, the physical and emotional stress poses a serious threat to his health and even his life. However, his attorney said Weinstein remains cautiously optimistic and hopes that the court would deliver a not guilty verdict.
Harvey's been struggling with all kinds of physical ailments, all kind of health issues, but there's a degree of nervous energy in a positive way to finally have his voice heard and have his day in court under very different circumstances than 5 years ago. And he's cautiously optimistic that when all the evidence is out, the jury will find that all of his relationships were consensual and therefore a verdict of not guilty.
Despite the uncertainty of the trial's outcome, Haley's attorney, Gloria Allred, remains optimistic as well. No matter what happens in this case, women are still going to be moving forward. As Weinstein's retrial begins, the case continues to serve as a symbol of the wider national Me Too movement and its ongoing fight for justice for Weinstein's accusers. The stakes could not be higher as they once again take the stand to hold the movie mogul accountable.